Hey everyone, it is Dr. Kyle, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about supermarket shopping or shopping in a grocery store. These are things that we used to talk about a lot when we did the Shop with the Doc events live in person. We're not doing a lot of those these days just because of the crowds, and there's still some hesitancy taking a group out, unfortunately, at these places. But I do want to go through some of the really key things to know before you start shopping. Things that are going to help you save money and ultimately understand the science behind why the food products that you have in front of you at the grocery store are there, how they're placed, so you're making the best decisions possible when it comes to your health and your your checkbook. There's a couple things to know right off the bat before you even walk through the door. First of all, you want to have a list of the things that you need. If you go in just with an idea or not writing things down, science has shown over and over again that you're going to end up buying about 25 to 35% more than you actually need because you're shopping with your emotions and not shopping logically. So you see a food that you don't need, but it looks good, you pick it up. You're much less likely to do that if you already have a list in mind of exactly what you need. So meal prep before you go in, know what you have and don't have. That way you're not buying extra things and spending extra money. Also know that the layout of the store is done very scientifically. There's a reason why the dairy products are always in the back, for instance, because they know that that's a staple food for many people. So they're going to have to walk through the entire store in order to get to it. And while you're walking to the dairy products, you're going to be looking at all the other foods. So they'll put staples or more common foods towards the back. That's one reason things in freezers, coolers are always toward the back corner of the store from where you walk in. It's why a lot of grocery stores have pharmacies because they want you to fill your prescription there. And while you're waiting those 20 minutes for the prescription to be filled, you have time to walk around and shop. So there's a lot of science behind keeping you in the store. You'll never see a clock in a grocery store because they don't want you to know how long you've been there. They know the longer that you're there, ultimately, the more money you're going to spend. So that's one reason they have things like free samples. It gets you to stop, break your pattern, chat up the local or the employee that's there. These are all done in order to get you to spend more money. So keep that in mind. Having a plan when you go in helps you counteract a lot of that strategy that's put into keeping you there, spending more money. Even the layout of the store for things like the produce, there's a reason why when you walk in, the produce section is generally the first section you run into is because it's got bright, vibrant colors. It gets your salivary glands going. It gets you in the mindset of food and hunger. And so you're more likely to spend more money if you're psychologically a little bit hungry when you walk through the store versus if you get hit with let's say household goods like Ziploc bags or toilet paper or something right off the bat. You're just not going to be in that mindset. So they'll put very bright, vibrant things like produce, or they'll put things like the bakery with glazed donuts and things like that that really get your mind into that mindset. So there's a reason why stores are laid out the way that they are. Also understand that they know very well the way that we shop. Most people will shop counterclockwise in the store where they walk with their hands on the cart, but they'll reach with their right hand. So you end up walking in a counterclockwise motion. So that's something to be mindful of. They put the higher value products or they'll put the more vibrant things on the right-hand side versus the left-hand side of the aisle generally in order to get you to drift that way. The products that are on the shelves are not there on accident. They are actually put in a very specific order on the shelf or the placement from the ground. Companies pay a fee in order to be in a eye level or at the hand level where you're more likely to reach for a name brand product that pays more at the eye level and then put it into your cart. That's one reason, for instance, specifically in the cereal aisle, cereals that target children or have the bigger budgets are going to be where a child can reach them because they want your child that's walking along with you next to you to be reaching for the food themselves that they find colorful and playful and to put it in the cart for you. So there's a very specific reason why you'll always see name brand, big brand foods at the eye level or above, and you're not going to see them on the lower shelf or at the very top. Those are foods that generally will be of better value. They might be the generic brands. You could save some money just by breaking the eye line level. Those are some of the key things to remember when you're shopping. The other thing now, when we talk about from your healthy standpoint, understand that we've been programmed to a large extent, especially over the last several decades, that green equals natural, green equals organic or good. So food labels, oftentimes, they'll use green lettering or green stickers or whatever it might be. They'll put a little leaf on their logo, whatever it is that makes you think it's natural organic, but in reality, it's not. And this goes to a universal truth wherever you buy food. You have to read the labels to understand what's in it. So you have to read the ingredients on the back, not just the nutrition facts, but the actual ingredients to understand if something truly is organic or natural versus if they're just putting a green label on to make you think that way. So be very mindful of that. Even one famous example we used over the years was Coca-Cola came out with a green can called Coca-Cola Life, and they wanted you to think it was healthy because it used less sugar, but they were just sweetening it up with aspartame. So even Coca-Cola tried to jump on the trend that green equals healthy when really it wasn't. Of course. The other thing to understand when it comes to the way that you're shopping is that if you're going to be looking for where do I invest organic versus inorganic, it's better to start at the top of the food chain and work your way down. The reason why is because larger animals or animals specifically, larger animals more so because they go through a process called bioaccumulation. Longer they live, the more they eat. If they're eating good, healthy foods like organic foods, their body is going to reflect that. If they are smaller animals that don't live as long, like poultry or some of the other smaller animals, they're only alive for a short period of time, and so their body doesn't ingest and process as much of the good or bad food. So starting at the top, you want to start with essentially beef products or other large animals. From there, you work down to poultry, fish, smaller animals. The second class then to go organic would be dairy products or animal byproducts specifically. So not the meat, but other things that come from the animal. And then from there is things like produce, so vegetables and fruits. Those are the order that you want to go. If you're going to be switching organic on a budget, you're going to get more bang for your buck going organic, pasture-raised, healthy options when it comes to the animals at the top of the food chain. So those are just a few thoughts to think of next time you go grocery shopping. There's a lot of other things to dive into when you look at specifics on the ingredients list or where you're shopping for food, things like that. But just understand there's a science behind everything that's laid out in front of you at the grocery store to get you to buy more products, and specifically more of the unhealthy big brand products. Understanding those things is going to help you make wiser choices for you and your family. It's just that simple. So make smart choices, make healthy choices, save the checkbook, and really invest in your health. With that in mind, stay tuned. We're going to do a few more videos. I want to dive a little bit more into some of the more details of that shop with the doc type of mentality. So keep an eye on this channel over the next few weeks. We'll dive in more on that. Have a wonderful day. Make wise choices. I can't wait to see you.